Greetings, new Animal Crossing players! I'm Eurogamer's Ian Higton, and it has been 5 long years since I last visited my Animal Crossing island of Swindon here in order to deliver my monthly top 10 villagers lists to the world. Since then, most of the original New Horizon players have gotten bored and wandered off to play new things, but that's absolutely fine with me because this video is old anyway. I'm simply republishing it now so that you, the people who have just decided to pick up Animal Crossing New Horizons Switch 2 edition and experience the game for the very first time, can find out which 10 villagers are the best ones to aim for in order to make all of your pals proper jealous and stuff. So let's kick things off with number 10. Well, what'll you know? It turns out Roald here is quite a cool critter because he's frozen for all time at number 10 in the charts. What a Roald darling! This animal pal has a jock personality type, and it's pretty easy to see why he's getting Animal Crossing fans in a flap. Roald retains that classic penguin colour scheme, and accurate animals are always a hit with players, but this one has the added advantage of having these super cute wide eyes that stare dreamily off into space. Roald might be a bit of an odd name for a penguin, but here's a cool fact. He's actually named after Roald Amundsen, the first person in the world to reach Antarctica. My favourite thing about Roald though, and the thing I suspect that makes him so popular, is his custom house interior, which has incredible icy animated wallpapering and funky frosted flooring, which makes it look like he's living on an iceberg. Not only that, but he's also decorated it with 2 huge ice statues of polar bears, a massive ice archway, and best of all, an ice block table that comes complete with 2 cool blue ice lollies, which will be gobbled up in no time at all if I get my way. Honestly, with a setup like this, there's no chance of a frosty reception when you visit Roald, so if you drive past him on your way to a mystery tour, make sure you roll down the window and ask him to join you on your island. I thought it was an absolute miracle when Mary the cat clawed her way to the top of the charts last August. This incredibly cute kitty seemed to have come out of nowhere, and in a way she did, because a big streamer managed to get all of their fans to vote for her en masse. But even if her first appearance was kind of cheating, Mary still stuck around for long enough that in the world of Animal Crossing Dreamies, she is now a pick of the litter. Mary is quite possibly the happiest villager in the game, especially as her Japanese name actually means happiness. So that's a good explanation as to why she positively radiates joy. Her big wide smile and those pretty curved black eyes that are accentuated by some perfect lashes make this puss look ultra positive. But those aren't the only unique features that make her the cat's whiskers. First, there's her short brown hair, which is styled to resemble bangs. Then there's her very faint little double chin. And of course, who could forget that cute little button nose that, from a distance, looks just like a tiny little love heart. This adorable exterior is of course backed up by a pleasantly peppy personality, and now that she's one of the 10 most popular New Horizons villagers ever, you've got to get a Meowvon and get her on your island. If you're a lover of lazy villagers, Erik here has to be one of your most wanted dreamies in the game, and this excellent Elk's position on this list just goes to show why some players will pay big bucks for this dreamie. Erik is your classic cute villager with a character design that sticks closely to the animal that inspired him. The natural brown colouring of Erik's fur matches that of a real elk, and it gives way to an orange-brown streak that leads from between his big cute eyes right down to his snout, while the sandy coloured tuft of hair on his forehead perfectly matches the colouring of his antlers. Now, normally you'll find Erik lounging around, keeping Toasty warm in a comfy sweater, but for some reason, my Erik has decided to wear this fancy studded number instead. I've got no idea why he's changed. I never gave that jacket to him, so my only guess is that he knew I was coming to record him, and so he made an extra effort to look nice for you all. Still, no matter what Erik is wearing, you can be certain that, as a lazy personality type, he'll always be a moosing to talk to, and his antlertics will always keep you entertained. And with plus points like that, it's no wonder that he's a must-hoof in the Animal Crossing community. Stitches, your perfect patchwork pal, makes it to number 7 on this Ultimate Villagers list, and just one look at this huggable hero will tell you why. Stitches clearly resembles a child's stuffed toy, right down to the way the coloured panels of his fur are visibly sewn together. And while some people think this look is adorable AF, others do admit to finding his stitched-on eyes a little on the creepy side. As a lazy personality type, it's pretty safe to say that Stitch's cheerful disposition makes him pretty popular with players. But combine that with his colourful coat and unique house interior, which is full to the brim with toys, and you've got one lush plush for your collection. I mean, come on, he's even got a cake made out of Play-Doh on his centre table there. That is one big slice though. I bet if he ate all that in one go, he'd be stuffed. Overall, Stitches is one of the more extravagant villagers in the game, in terms of character design and colouring at least, so it really should come as no surprise that people can't bear to not have him on their island. I've got an inkling that Marina here is pretty popular because she's swimming pretty as the 6th most popular villager in the game. I can think of at least 8 reasons why she deserves to be here though, although mainly it's down to the fact that this lovable octopus is the embodiment of cuteness. Her pure, soft pink colour scheme is super sweet, and it's accentuated by her big, light yellow cheeks, the wisp of pink hair atop her forehead, and the small pink bow on the back of her head, which ties the whole look together. It's not just her outward appearance that's cute though. Marina takes her strawberry pink persona and themes her whole existence around it, and if you go inside her custom house, you'll find it decorated wall to wall with soft baby pink furniture that perfectly suits her pure personality. Marina is by far one of the cutest villagers in the game, so as soon as you get the chance, hop on an Octobus to a Mystery Island tour and hunt her down as quick as you can, because, just like everyone else out there who showered her with votes every month, I think she's crackin'. Judy here may be a brand new arrival to the Animal Crossing series, but she's certainly not new to these top 10 lists because she's received enough votes over the last 9 months to secure herself a sparkling spot at number 5. With a place in the all-time top 5, no one could ever call Judy a falling star, and now she'll be basking in the Northern Lights for all time, safe in the knowledge that she's light years ahead of the competition. Judy's look is of course inspired by the night sky, and her eyes are full of sparkling stars, while her beautiful pastel-coloured fur mimics the blended colours of the Aurora Borealis, with subtle pinks making way for deep purples and magnificent galaxy blues. Judy enhances her beauty by wearing light blue eyeshadow with just a hint of blusher, and all this works towards giving Judy an intense cuteness that has earned her an army of astronomers who desperately want to gaze at this star. Judy's personality is also quite unique as she's the only snooty cub in the game, and this means she's obsessed with style and appearance. To this end, Judy has decorated the interior of her home to match her eyes and fur, with star wallpaper, star garlands, and cute pastel-coloured block furniture for her friends to cluster around if they decide to visit. Judy's out-of-this-world appearance may not be to everyone's tastes, but if it's any consolation to her legions of fans, there's no doubt in my mind that she's heavens above most of the other villagers in the game. Ring that dinner bell, folks, because Zucker, the super octopus chef, is cooking up a storm as the 4th most popular villager in the game. When it comes to imaginatively designed villagers, Zucker has to be one of the very best there is. And he is, of course, based on the famous Japanese seafood snack, takoyaki. In takoyaki, minced octopus bits are wrapped in a dough ball and then fried. So to me, Zucker's look feels like a pretty weird and almost cannibalistic fashion choice for an octopus to adopt. But the attention to detail on Zucker's character model is really cool, and there are loads of little takoyaki Easter eggs in there for his fans to hunger after, like the little bamboo toothpick that sticks out the back of his skull, or the takoyaki sauce that's been drizzled over the top of his head to mimic hair. He's even got these little green freckles on his cheeks to represent the takoyaki's powdered seaweed seasonings, which is some delicious attention to detail if you ask me. Zucker is also a lazy personality type, which means that he will rarely lose his tempura with your other villagers, so he should settle in very quickly if you invite him to live on your island. There's one last cool thing about Zucker though, and that is the interior of his home, which is set up to look like he's an outdoor vendor, complete with multiple food carts and a lovely view of the city. If you sushi Zucker on a Mystery Island tour, make sure you invite him to stay with you ASAP, because if you ever decide to sell him on the AC black market, you'll honestly be squids in. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Why on earth is my wonderful Sherb only the 3rd most popular villager in Animal Crossing New Horizons? Even after consistently ramming himself back into 3rd position for pretty much every month since the charts began, he's still not earned himself enough votes to bleat the final 2. Bah humbug. Sherb is one of the 8 brand new villagers to the series, so that means Sherb better believe you're going to need to track him down or trade for him if you want him, because you won't be able to use amiibo cards to summon him to your island. So why do I, and so many others, love Sherb? Well, this blue boy is by far one of the purest and cutest characters in the game, and the interior of his house, which is furnished with numerous items from the Cute set, completely complements his adorable personality. Sherb always seems to have something funny to say too, so he's the goat when it comes to conversations, especially if you're in need of a bit of cheering up. Because Sherb is a lazy villager, his favourite pastimes are relaxing and eating, and you'll often find him either snuggled up at home in his signature winter sweater, or out and about indulging in his favourite hobbies like eating and fishing, and in the case of Swindon, sitting on poop. But to be fair to Sherb, it's kind of hard to miss it on this dump. Listen, if you have Sherb on your island, you need to keep him there for as long as possible, because he's a true Animal Crossing star, and you will bawl your eyes out if he ever leaves. Well, after totting up all 9 months' worth of votes, it turns out that Raymond, the managerial moggy, is no longer the top cat of Animal Crossing. It was a close cat call, sure, but to be honest with you, Raymond has lost a fair few top spot cat fights recently, and these scuffles for first position mean he's now paused in 2nd place for all time. Don't go feline bad for Raymond though, because as he's currently bossing it at number 2, he'll still be able to pull in the big bucks if you fancy trading him in. You see, just like all Tier 1 villagers, this perfect puss can still command between 15 to 20 million bells or around 1,000 Nook Miles tokens on the AC black market. So this means you're sat on a tidy fortune if you no longer want this awesome office worker on your island. But why are these wonderful whiskers worth a wealth of wonga? Well, there's the rarity factor for a start. Because this is the first Animal Crossing game he's ever appeared in, Raymond is a one-of-a-kind kitty, and that means collectors aren't able to use old amiibo cards to import him into the game. More than that, though, are his unique traits, including complete heterochromia, a condition where the iris of one eye is a different colour to the iris of the other eye, and his personality type, which is one of a kind, as he's the only cat character in the Animal Crossing series to have the smug personality type. With individual cattributes like this, it's a shame Raymond couldn't make his Ray back to the top of the charts, but I guess that's what happens when his fans are caught catnapping rather than voting. And finally, it's hardly a surprise due to his regular appearances in the top spot of my previous monthly lists, but the all-time ultimate top 10 most popular villager in Animal Crossing's New Horizons is the one and only Marshall. This marvellous marshmallow spent the first few months yo-yoing up and down the top 10 of this popularity list, but thanks to your consistent voting, he's managed to earn enough points to lay claim to his rightful place as the king of Animal Crossing. Honestly, this is such a big moment in AC fandom that it'll be no surprise at all if someone decides to make a Nutflick special out of this triumphant victory. Marshall is a returning character from New Leaf, and thanks to his incredibly cute looks, he was always a tough nut to crack when it came to being knocked out of the top spot. So any Marshall haters out there are going to go nuts when they find out he's now the most wanted villager of all time. Despite his constantly frowning facial expressions and his tendency towards being overly melodramatic, this smug squirrel is a sweetheart, and thanks to this personality type, he should get on with pretty much all of the animal pals on your island. In fact, now he's at the top of the popularity tree, I reckon he'll squirrel away even more fans, especially when he starts telling some of his corny jokes. If you're unsure as to why people loved Marshall in the first place though, you just need to look at the sweet that inspired his name, the marshmallow, for clues. You see, despite his cranky facial expressions, he's super sweet and he'll always leave a smile on your face when you talk to him. Not only that, but his soft fluffy tail mimics the look and feel of a squishy marshmallow too, so you know that you're going to want some more of him if you're ever lucky enough to get him on your island. And there we go, that was the definitive list of the top 10 all-time best Animal Crossing villagers in New Horizons that you really need to attract to your island if you want to make all your pals jelly. Thanks to the lovely folks over at animalcrossingportal.com, because without their hard work, this video and all my other ones from the past wouldn't be able to exist. But perhaps you're a long-time Animal Crossing player and you've come back to this video for a little bit of nostalgia. Do you still agree with this definitive ranking, or has your most adored animal always been absent from the charts? Let us know in the comments below, give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and remember to subscribe to Eurogamer for almost daily videos about video games. Goodbye, Animal Crossing!